Okay, good afternoon. We have today with us Paul LeJoy, who is, I would say, more a writer because we're going to talk about his books. And you also you are the CEO of a company and a managing partner of multiple properties, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Paul, it's a pleasure to see you again. I didn't think I would see you again.
No, I like to be here anytime.
Oh, I appreciate you coming back
hmm
because we didn't get a chance to talk about your books. So, this is the first book you wrote, Black in Taiwan?
Yeah, Black in Taiwan.
Is that
Yes.
because you went there?
Well, I lived in Taiwan for a few years,
Yeah,
and so basically in 1997,
yeah.
I felt so strongly that if I die, I'll
Ish.
ask God to send me back because I had to write a book and publish a book. I felt
No,
so
I
strongly
mean, what
about
do you
it.
mean if you die? Why would you die so young?
No, I don't know, but I just kind of felt the urge that I had to write a book.
About
I had
it?
to publish a book. No, I just had to publish a book.
Any book?
Yeah, any book. Because I remember at some point I go to the bookstore, and when I go to the bookstore, what do I see? I see books. I was intrigued by covers of books. So there was
Oh,
something inside me. When I left England, I started writing a journal.
yeah.
Okay, like my life, and then it took about 7 years, and then I felt in 1997 I really had to write something. I felt like in my
This
spirit.
is it. This is it.
Yeah, and so
How
I
long you
went
stayed there in
in
Taiwan?
Taiwan. I was in Taiwan for 7 years.
That's a long
Like, yeah,
time.
I know. I went there initially
You
for
were
one
not
year.
just a tourist.
No, I wasn't. I went there to spend a year. Then I ended up being there 7 years.
They kept you there without a nationality,
Oh
and
yes, yes, of course.
here it's only 5 years max
Where
if you
in
have
America?
a job. Yeah,
Oh really? Is that what it is in America?
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know
In
that.
America, you cannot stay more than 3 years with the work contract, but
Oh,
there you could stay a long time.
that's weird because when I came here, I came to America. I came on
Yeah,
H-1B visa,
yeah.
right? And I
Eh,
stayed longer.
Oh,
And
you
it's
had a contract.
right. Even the Indian, most of the engineers that I know, a lot of them don't
They
have
renew every
the,
3 years.
yeah, they don't have the green card.
Yeah, but you have to renew.
Right,
Your employer said we need him, so you have to redo
right.
it.
That's
And
what it was in Taiwan, especially when I just started. I had to go out of the country like every 3 months, right? I had to go
oh,
to Hong Kong,
oh,
right? Because Taiwan did not recognize Cameroon, where I was born, as an English-speaking country. They
okay.
recognize it as
So
a
you had to do
French-speaking.
the back and forth?
Right. They recognize Cameroon as a French-speaking country,
I
but I'm
see.
Anglophone, so I couldn't teach English in Taiwan.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, I was teaching English. That's what I wanted Taiwan to do initially, but because the foreign ministry did not recognize Cameroon as an English-speaking country, so I'll have to leave the country
And
every.
get your visa.
I'll fly to Hong Kong and they'll stamp the visa and I'll fly back to Taiwan.
A
So,
lot of French people go there, do that. They stay 3 months,
right.
6 months, then they go back to France, stamp it, come
Yes,
back.
right, right. For me, I didn't have to go back to Cameroon or England. I would just have to go to Hong Kong, fly over there. I would just land at the airport in Hong Kong. If I want to go into the city, I'll go. Otherwise,
Isn't that
airport,
funny?
it was crazy.
Doesn't the immigration law change that?
Everywhere.
They're
It's just
spending
crazy.
lots of money on airlines
Right,
just to go back and come
right,
back.
right, right. So after a while, I mean, I did that for 2 years and I thought, no, let me go into a profession that I really. So I got a job as a copywriter
Yeah,
for My Tech International Corporation.
yeah.
And then as a writer, so I was writing their magazine every 2 weeks, every two
In
months
English.
in English, writing their magazine every 2 weeks, computer-based magazine,
Oh.
computer and business-based magazine. That I would
Why?
write that
Your
every.
background was in computers?
My background was not in computers. My background was in radio, film, and television production.
But they hired you anyway?
They hired me because I'm a writer. By nature, I'm a writer.
you basically a writer.
Right. It's like, for example, when you're producing television on a script, you have to write anyways,
Yeah,
right? To write a script. If you're doing a movie, you have to write a script,
yeah.
right? So I have writing in my blood. So I remember when they asked me, hey, I saw the job, right? And
Yeah.
and I went for the interview. They said, oh, can you write? I said, it runs to my family. You know, you know,
Okay.
it just runs to
So
my
you
family.
had a lot of practice as a writer for 7 years.
Right, I had a lot of practice, at least for 5 years
Yeah,
prior to writing the book.
yeah.
So I was writing that magazine. But I felt like I should write a book. I should publish a book.
Just in case.
Yeah. So like I said, I felt the urge. That's what it is with me. When I feel the urge, then I do it.
Oh,
Right.
I felt the urge. I wrote a book also about my native cities. So
Yes.
sometimes there's a period in your life where
Yes.
you want to tell your memory, your
Yes.
biography.
Yes, right.
And just came to my mind. Did you see the movie Black in San Francisco?
No, really, they have
With
something like that.
with Danny Glover.
Oh, I did not know that. I know
It's
that.
up for nomination.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's up. It's gonna go, I think, to the Globe, and it's a very popular movie in
Wow,
San
I didn't
Francisco.
know that. Wow, when was it made?
It was made last year, but it came out at least 6 months ago.
You know,
You should go see it.
I should, because I felt like, honestly, what this book did for me was miracles. I got interviewed by the BBC, and this book took me to stages that I could not fathom, right? Because, I mean, you can see the book is not thick at all. It's designed
easy to read.
easy to read. It's only 113 pages.
Oh.
Okay, so most people
113.
113, 113.
How long it took you to write?
1 weekend, but just 1 weekend. It took me
113 pages?
yes, 1 weekend. I felt like the urge, you know.
You were inspired to write it.
Right, I was inspired to write it. I saw something on CNN.
Yeah.
I said, I don't remember what it was, but I said, that's it. I'm writing
This
the book.
is it. This
Yes.
is it.
So I stopped everything else that weekend,
And you
I wrote the book.
wrote.
Yes. And then I started a publishing company myself. I got the ISBN number. Okay. I went to the library. How do you publish a book?
Yeah, you write the ISBN?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And then guess what? Then I publish it myself. Everything here, even the editorials myself. Okay. Everything.
Self-published.
Self-published. So I created a publishing company, right?
And it's on-demand printing?
No, it was not on demand. At that time, before Amazon and all that kind of stuff, it was not on demand. It's actually hard
Oh,
copy.
Amazon is on demand now.
Right, exactly. So at that time, I printed 5,000 copies. It cost me $5,000 to print
And you
5,000
resell them?
copies.
Did you resell them?
Oh yeah, I sold quite a, that's what I'm saying, because the book, the first thing I did was I went to the hippest bookstore in Taipei, and I gave them a copy of my book.
And they say yes?
Yeah, I said, I gave them a copy for 7 days. I say, I give you 7 days. So after 7 days, I mean, I expected them to call me back or say yes or no.
What'd they say?
But they called me 3 days later and say, okay, send us 500 copies.
Yeah.
500 copies. So now I became a distributor.
You were very unique.
Yes. You know, so they sent to this bookstores. They had all the bookstores across
That's
the
awesome.
island. Right? So after that now, the books sold out so quickly.
Wow.
So they say, okay, send us more. And I say, do you have a warehouse? So I went to, they say, oh yes, we have a warehouse. So now I started taking the books to the warehouse in
Wow.
Taipei.
Yeah.
Okay? And then another thing that happened was that because the biggest bookstore was selling my book right now. I went to the smallest bookstores. I said, you know what? This bookstore is selling my book. Okay, would you like to sell my book?
Yeah.
They say, yeah, okay, we can sell the book.
You say
I say,
somebody else is good with it.
Yes.
It should be good for you.
Right. And I said, you got to put it right
There.
at the front.
Yeah. And
Right?
it will sell.
And yeah, exactly. So put right up front. Some of them started doing the consignment. That means
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, if they sell, they pay you.
Yeah, exactly.
You
And
said,
so it's
okay.
good. Yeah, I said
it costs
totally
you
fine.
only $1 piece.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. And then before that, now I started being featured in the newspaper, okay, and magazines and
Yeah.
stuff, and then television, right? And
You
then I have
were?
some people coming to me wanting to write, wanting me to do business with them.
Wow.
So just by writing this book.
Just by having a book, you had something.
And I wish from this book, I wish I'd done something. I wish I'd gone somewhere else. Some other, like I wish I'd gone
You
to
can do a
live
movie.
in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, stay in Japan for maybe a year and see the experience of a black guy living in Japan, right?
Oh.
I should have done that. You know, hindsight, 2020. And maybe
That
it'll take
was
me
how
to
many years ago?
1997.
20 years ago.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
life
more.
is different in Taiwan nowadays, right?
I don't know. I haven't been
But
back there
that's
for a
your
long time.
personal experience.
Right, yeah.
And what do you talk about? The way you treated in Taiwan or something else?
Well, it wasn't so much the way I was treated. It's basically, I'm a producer.
Yeah.
So basically, I was talking about other people's lives.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my life. And then I also am an educator. Okay, so I wanted people to learn from this. I'm not just, it's most Taiwanese people that, wow, okay, black, that what does that mean? Does that mean that we're racist? I said, no, read the book.
Yeah. It means your experience.
Yes, my
you can
experience.
do a movie Black in Taiwan since
Yes.
the movie Black in San Francisco was so popular.
I know. I wish somebody came along and said, let's do something together. But imagine this. I had this manuscript at one of the bookstores in Taiwan called Case, and I left them the manuscript. And then somebody came from New York Times and called me from Hong Kong. And he said he loved my manuscript.
Wow.
Okay, but he needed some editing. And being young, too young at times, said, wow, I want it raw. I don't want it edited. You know, looking back and said, I wish this guy would have just looked at my manuscript and published it. I would have maybe it been a New York Times bestseller, and life would have been different.
Actually, Danny Glover lives in San Francisco.
Okay, he does.
Yeah. So you might bump into him one day and show him your book.
Oh, I mean, maybe
You
you
saw
have some
probably
connections.
some of his movies, right?
Maybe you have some connections. You know, maybe give.
I
give
mean,
a,
I met him once
Uh-huh.
at a friend of mine was performing, and he gave me a ride home. And another time, I met him in front of a store. And so he has been living here forever, and
Oh,
his
wow.
daughter went to
Yeah.
school with my daughter.
Okay.
So if you bump into him, you'll
Yes.
recognize him, right?
Yeah, exactly. That'd be good. It would be good to share that book with
But
him.
you don't live in San Francisco. You won't bump into him.
Well, I come to San Francisco right now once in a while. I mean, I was here last week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. For me.
and now I have some partnerships here in San Francisco on 4th Avenue or 4th Street. I don't know. You know, so a partnership with another company that's going to be working on my Pacific Realty Partners, right? They're going to be managing my
Actually,
brokerage.
the International Film Festival was in April, and that's when they showed the Black in San
Oh,
Francisco.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder
so
what
maybe
it's
next
about.
year he'll be there. I mean, he's a very popular actor. you
Yes,
know.
right. Yes. Yeah.
So maybe you'll be an actor one day too.
I think I can act.
Yeah.
The one thing I know,
You
I
can act in your own movie at
yeah, I
least.
can exactly. I know.
Although
I-
you were much younger at that time.
Right, right.
You were like in your 20s.
Yeah, I was in my 20s. That was like,
Yeah, so
like
you
22
need
years ago.
someone to play your role.
Right, right. Although I think that's more like a documentary, more like, you know, the
Yeah.
book is about, it's a documentary documenting other people's lives. It's not fiction, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So your first book, you got good response, so you decide to write another one.
Right.
Or came much later.
So yeah, exactly. When I moved from Taiwan, I
Yeah.
came to California, and I realized that, man, this country is too big. It's very big. It's not like Taipei. I could conquer Taipei.
Yeah.
Because this was not only my only book in Taiwan. So I wrote another book called Ken and Hiroko, which is a
Really?
love story.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a love story between an Asian,
Personal?
part of it, you know.
Part of it was
yeah,
personal.
between an Asian girl, woman,
with the
and a black guy.
African man.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So that I wrote that book. You know, a portion of it is true. Okay, just the beginning of it.
Wow.
But the
Did you
end,
have
the
kids
most
with
of
her?
it.
Did you have kids?
No. I the love affair was only for a week or
Oh,
2 weeks.
okay.
But I was so enamored with the girl. I was so in love with the girl.
You wrote
know.
a book.
Yeah, I wrote a book. But it's all fiction. That's the one that can really act. That's the one that can act. She was Japanese. She was Japanese, and I went to a Chinese class, and we met. I was waiting for the bus, and then she saw me, and she approached me, and she asked me if I knew some African guy who lived in Beijing. I said, I've never been to Beijing. Who's asking me this? So that was her way. I guess that was her way to be friends or something. And then before I realized, oh, we are together, you know, and I liked her instantly, you know. And then at that time I used to teach university students, so I went to teach English, and I decided to bring her along with me. So, but the relationship lasted for a very short time, right? So the rest of it was just fiction. And then fiction about my idea is actually my masterpiece. I see that book as my masterpiece. The book is about, what do I think of love, relationships? What do I think of, what's my vision for my people? Like changing the world. Okay, like again, I go back to where.
Romantic book.
Very romantic. Very romantic.
So one was biography, one was romantic.
Yes, right.
And then the third one was more business.
Well, the third one is actually still in Taiwan.
Oh, it's still
Right?
in Taiwan.
Before I left Taiwan, I wrote the book, 10 Reasons Why I Enjoyed Living in Taiwan. That one sold so quick. I don't even have a copy of it. I bought one last copy.
So you wrote more than that.
Yeah, I even wrote some that were not published yet, you know, like Chinese Lover. I wrote Chinese Lover. I should have published that Chinese Lover book. Okay?
Oh,
Because,
that would have sold good.
Yes. It's like I can say, love hurts.
You wrote that?
I wrote that. I wrote that. I hope I still have the soft
The
copy.
manuscript, yeah.
Yes, exactly. But my friend, my British friend, told me, Paul, you should have published that one after Black in Taiwan. It could have done well because it was a love story between myself and this Taiwanese girl, right? And now the yo-yo
You
roller
remember
coaster.
in the old days, 20 years ago, we
Mhm.
used to save on floppy disks?
Yes, right.
My book is on floppy disk,
Right.
and now I have no way of reading any of the
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I even had a newsletter on those floppy disks.
Totally, yeah.
And I have no way of
Yeah.
reading them. I don't know if there's a computer somewhere
No,
where we
there
can.
must be.
There must be
yeah,
something
there's
just
some
for
places where you read again the VHS and all that stuff. Yeah,
we can
so,
transfer.
yeah, you can just Google it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the library has a machine I can use
Right,
to
right.
read those. Because I used to publish a newsletter and it's all on floppy disk.
Right.
Isn't that
right.
something?
I know.
So-
Now everything is on the cloud, you know.
So from being a writer
Yes.
for a magazine, you got into business. How that happened? So from broadcasting to teaching to business.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, I would say I've always been in business somehow because even when I was writing that magazine,
Yeah.
I was working for this company.
Tech,
So I was
tech
yes, for a
company.
tech company. So I was always writing about business.
Oh.
Okay, but okay, of course, this part, Black in Taiwan, Kena Hiroko, and 10 Reasons Why I Enjoy Living in Taiwan, those are basically things I was doing on the side, right? That's my real passion,
Okay.
writing, sharing stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, then in America, when I came to America, I was still working for a company, right? And then I decided after my observation, okay, actually transition to America, I found that America was very difficult to conquer. In Taiwan, I could write a book and I'll have an audience right away, right? Because I was unique in Taiwan, right? So like my 10 reasons why I enjoyed living in Taiwan, I mentioned there the 10th reason. I said you can achieve your American dream in Taipei or in Taiwan faster than you do in America, and that's for
Really?
sure. Yes.
And you wrote a book about it.
Yeah, exactly. 10 reasons why I enjoy living in Taiwan.
10 weeks into
10
living-
reasons.
Oh,
10 reasons why I enjoy living in Taiwan.
Wow.
Okay. So I analyzed, okay, why do I like living in Taiwan?
Because the
One of-
laws are easy.
Well, one of which is basically, I mean, it's very entrepreneurial. Taiwan, people are very hardworking,
Yeah.
right? And I said it's a beautiful island too,
Yeah.
and so you can,
And
then
the people are easygoing.
yeah, the food is great, the girls are beautiful.
So what else can you ask?
Exactly what else.
Did you get married there?
No, I never did.
You
I had
never
too many girls.
many.
I didn't know which one to choose.
That's a good problem to have.
Yes, I know.
Oh,
No, maybe
maybe-
not very good. I should have got
maybe
married.
when you were 20, you were, girls liked you a lot. Oh, something.
Yeah, especially they see you on television, then they start screaming sometimes. Yeah, you know that.
Oh.
Like my colleagues, I remember after I published my book, then now I'm getting interviews, right? And see now you're different. Okay, people that used to see you and they were just like them, and now you are being featured on television and all that kind of stuff. Somebody will sit next to you and be screaming and say, "Wow, I can't believe it!" That kind of stuff. It's
Yeah,
very
people
common.
get crazy about
Yeah,
people on TV.
Yeah, because you're an author. I can't believe you're an author. And then you see you on television. So
So
I had,
then you become popular.
yeah, I remember. I actually regret sometimes. Most of the times, I regret I left Taiwan.
You can go back. I mean,
I
it's only
can,
an
yeah.
airplane.
I know,
right away.
but then you see that was 20 years ago. Because you see sometimes opportunity knocks but once.
Only one time.
Sometimes, and then you have to really take advantage of that. And I think I missed that.
Oh,
Because
you had the
yes,
opportunity.
I did. I had everything delivered to me on my plate.
Wow.
Okay, even the music I write, I when I came here, it was difficult to even start a band. There I had a band. I had people wanting to play for me.
Really?
Yeah, people wanted to play for you. People are
You
scrambling.
had a band?
I had a band, right? Because I write music as well. So it's like people were scrambling to play for you. Here I try to start, and it's like kind of difficult.
It's a different crowd.
Different. There my life was easier, not much stress.
That's
right?
true. That's
I
true.
had very little stress. The taxes there are not a lot. Okay, so here, I had a lot of friends here. Living in Fremont, you're always in the car, and driving. I mean, it's like it's very quiet and stuff.
Yeah,
Taipei
it's
was not like
different.
that.
You can come to San Francisco. It's much more. There's more variety of
Right,
people.
right.
And you'll feel better in San Francisco,
Right.
I think. Than
Right.
Fremont is like a family
Right.
suburb
Right.
where people raise their kids
Yes.
because the rents are cheap. But if you want to be around what's happening, you have to come to the city of San
Right.
Francisco.
It's-
It's more expensive, but
Yes.
it's worth it.
Especially international,
That's
right?
where everything is happening.
Right, especially want to mix with international people,
Yeah.
which was the case for me in Taiwan.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like I had more of a purpose over there. You know, like I used to play in the church sometimes, and I felt like I had a purpose more than here. You know,
I don't think is there as much diversity in Fremont. I mean, there. I know it's a city to raise kids, like, and people commute. You know, while the mothers are at home with the
Right,
kids.
yes.
But here, the diversity is within the city,
right, right.
so that's where you belong. I think.
Most likely, most likely. Yesterday I met with some guy who is also trying to lure me to
Come here.
to be part of his company.
Ah.
Right? It's Century 21.
Wow.
Right? And he says, okay, boy, you know what? I want you to
Take San
merge
Francisco.
your company with
mine.
Century 21. And then he's from Turkey,
Ah.
right? And I kind of resonated with that because he's an immigrant just like myself. Okay, I kind of felt like, well, and he says, Paul, in my company in San Francisco, you have all these Chinese people.
That's
you know, you
right.
got this, you got...
1/3 are Asian. 1/3.
Yes.
It's a lot, so you'll feel at home there.
Right.
Here.
He said 48 languages.
Yeah.
So I felt like, wow, that's kind of nice. So I'm considering him.
Yeah.
But then I also have the one I told you last time, Side. There's another company that really wants to draw my operations. So I'm on the verge of
Have
deciding.
you heard of an international company called Compass?
Yeah, Compass. I know Compass very well.
Are you registered on their website?
Compass. You mean the Compass,
you
the
can
real estate
register
company?
your property, yeah.
Real estate. I know Compass. They are acquiring a lot of real estate companies.
Exactly. So they just got funded $1 billion, so now they're expanding
Yes.
worldwide.
I know.
So they take as many independent brokers as
Yes.
possible.
Yes, I know. They've bought Pacific Union. They bought Alain Penel, which is a
Yeah.
French guy. And so
And-
they have never approached me. So I don't know.
No, but you can also be an independent broker and sign up with them. And they will publish all your properties.
Oh, okay. I'll look into that. Into that.
It's,
Yes.
it's international.
Yeah, I know they have Vision 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, they want 20% of market share and 20% in 20 MSAs by the year 2020, which is next year.
Yeah, they're going to gobble up all the little guys.
Right, exactly. Make me an offer.
Or make them an offer. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Double your capital.
Yeah, I
in
know.
one day.
I just want my freedom so I can concentrate on my books, writing more
Yeah,
books.
or you can concentrate on producing movies.
Yeah, exactly. I could do some of that because honestly, I have a book in mind. I have several books. I'm still writing some books. Some of which is fiction. There's a book called "Too Much Green Card."
Ah, that's true.
Right. I'm right. That's my book. That's my topic. Okay. I have the manuscript. You see, it's fiction. It's a lot of drama, and that's something you could take to Hollywood. Because you see, there's everybody talk about.
Oh, you know the book, the French movie with Gérard Depardieu, Green Card.
Oh yeah,
was
I've seen that.
smashing
Yes.
success.
Yes, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you do Green Card,
Yes.
not from a French
Yes.
point of view,
Yes.
you do from an American point
Yes,
of view,
exactly.
or for a permanent resident
Yes.
point of view. You might have different little love stories in
Yes,
there.
yes.
But everybody lived the Green Card story, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's something I started writing, but I haven't because I'm busy with the business.
Oh, yeah?
I have not finished writing the manuscript. I haven't published it yet. But I put it on Elance before, and so many people applied to write on it. Some people from Hollywood and stuff like that to write the manuscript.
I see.
You have to hire them to write the manuscript. But it's called Too Much Green Card, right?
Yeah.
So
a lot of people more permanent resident than citizens.
But
here.
that's not what the topic is about.
No, what's
exactly.
the topic about?
Too much green card. That means it's drama. Okay, it's about this guy came to America, right?
Yeah.
And the drama in getting a green card,
Ah,
right? The
that's
drama,
true, that's true.
the mistakes he made, right, and stuff like that, and then terrible mistakes he made, right? And I ended up, you know how people get green cards here, different ways to get green cards.
I know.
Yeah,
And then there's the interviews, and then they want to make sure you're not married for fake.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Exactly.
and then they don't let you work just to make sure your husband will take care of you or your wife will take care of you. And now, did you hear the story about the restaurant on Mission? They closed him because his marriage to stay here was with an American. So they say, "Oh, you didn't stay legally here because you just get married to an American."
Really?
But he was the son of the president of his country, you know,
Wow.
Senegal.
Uh-huh.
So,
Senegal?
Yeah.
Oh, really? That guy?
No, the name Senegal, but yeah, but he has like a club and a restaurant.
Yeah, 2 restaurants.
Right.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
I've been to his restaurant.
Yeah.
He was very successful. They closed it down?
They had to close it because he was charged with staying here illegally.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
Because they say his marriage was not a real marriage.
That's fake marriage. But you know what? I mean, I wish he connected with me. I met him before. He actually took me to the restaurant. He invited me to the restaurant.
He's going through legal procedures now.
Wow, deportation and stuff like that. You know.
No, but because he was able to bail himself out,
Right,
I think it was 1 million. He's waiting for his lawyer to work it out.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can get around those things, right? So a person of national importance.
Yeah,
right.
You got to have money to do it.
Yeah, you no, not even that. You need to know how to, you know, he created jobs.
Oh,
he created
he did.
jobs.
He did.
He has culture.
Yeah.
There's culture. So you can go. Anyways.
He's unique.
He's unique. He could just use that. A person of national interest.
That's right.
Yes, a person of national, because you can come here, and just by the fact that you're an author, you can live there legally. Okay, you know how before I came here, I had a 10-year visa, 10-year.
10 years.
Just because of my black in Taiwan. That's one of the things. Because when I was in Taiwan, my friends were American people. You know, my friends, nobody thought I was not American.
Yeah.
Okay, they assumed I was. The church I went to, the guys work at the consulate, right? So we were, and then when I went to the embassy, I said I'm traveling to America. They said, "Oh, you're not American?" I said, "No, I'm not." Okay, but so they gave me a visa for 10 years, right? And it was that, but eventually my visa was through the job, right? But I could live here for 10 years without.
You're an author.
Yeah, because I'm an author.
Yeah, that's right. That restaurant was unique.
Yes.
The food was unique.
Yes.
The music was unique.
Right.
In his club, you remember his club?
Yes. Right.
The music was unique. Everything was unique.
Yes.
So he brought actually a lot of enrichment to the life of San Francisco and tourists.
Exactly, and this is one of the most popular cities in the world, in America.
Yeah, all the tourists went there.
Yeah,
he brought tourists here.
Yeah,
they even did a movie of his restaurant.
Oh wow!
Yes, a French producer did the movie.
Wow! So he has every right to be here.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. I don't care whether you got married illegally or whatever. You have every right to be here because of what, you know.
Because of all the tourists he brought to the city. He's bringing wealth.
Right. So I know about some of this immigration stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying. I have that book, a fiction book. You know, Too Much Green Card. It's about that. It's not talking about too many green cards. I'm talking about too much green card. That means basically, he's just talking about what you think America is so. It's like heaven. It's not.
It's very hard.
It's not heaven, right?
It is not.
So guess why you make this stuff? You make immigration so. Every day you talk about immigration. You make it so hard for people.
Feel guilty to even be here.
Crazy, but it's terrible. You know, and something I feel so strongly about. It's not heaven. So, like I said, my 10 reasons why.
Especially now, you know, with all the problems with immigration. If you write that book, it will be a bestseller.
Yeah, I think I need to really spend time, you know, and publish it. You know,
take one weekend, turn off all the phones,
exactly.
write it, and then you'll go national, international.
No, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the passions that I have, right? Basically, because running a real estate company takes up too much of your time. No. Okay. I just wish I could sell it, or now what I'm trying to do is get somebody else run it
and
so I can have cash flow. full grown, outside of Hawaii. I got cast for the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I got cast. When I just came here, I was going to Hollywood. So
Wow.
I hired I had an agent. Yes, I had an agent.
Okay.
So I got cast for the Pirates of the Caribbean. I also got cast for Wars of the World.
Yeah, you're going to be very famous.
Right? But I never went because I had a full-time job.
Oh.
Because if you got to go to the Caribbean
and then you lose your job.
Yeah, I was going to go to the Caribbean for 5 months.
That's too
much. And you're not getting paid.
Oh.
But guess what you could have, the relationship you could have forged.
Yeah.
At that time I felt, I got a mortgage to pay, I got this job and all kind of stuff. So I turned it down.
Oh, you had the bullet on your hand, on your leg. Yeah.
I could have just sold up a house and say, okay, I go to the Caribbean. So the guys give me food. As soon as they give me food, I got some money in the bank.
You would have contact with directors,
yes,
with producers,
exactly.
with money, with actors.
Yeah, exactly. With some of these guys, big actors. And then you go to China to lunch in China. Can you imagine? And I speak Chinese. I would say, I forgot the guy, War of Worlds. Who was that guy? It's not the guy who acted, the actor for
in the movie.
Yes, War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
It's not Tom Cruise. Maybe Tom Cruise. I'm not sure. Right? But imagine going to China with Tom Cruise.
To meet them, yeah.
Right? Going to China with Tom Cruise, and I tell him what to say to the Chinese. You know what it would do to that movie?
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Huge. Just hey, say this.
Yeah. You might become the next Danny Glover. You never know.
I just feel like again, you have one shot at life sometimes, and then you don't. You need. That's why you have to a multitude of counselors. You need to have people that you share your ideas with. So they can. Oh, okay, man, I got this opportunity. What do you think? I remember I was living in Taiwan, and this guy said, Paul, a lot of people are dying to be in your position. How come you're dropping everything and leaving? When you could have, I had this guy, I remember they did a survey, the TV program that I used to be a guest every 2 weeks. I'd be a guest. No, just a variety show, yes. Yeah. They did this survey in the hippest part. They interviewed some young people in Taipei and say, okay, you watch the show? They say, yes. Okay, who's your favorite guest on that show? And they said, Paul LeJoy. Why do you like him? And they said that. And the guy said, Paul, come to the studio. People like you. Yes. Okay? Yes. And we got 3 channels. Yeah. We're going to make you big. And you see, we have 3 magazines.
And what did you take the opportunity?
I turned it down.
You turned it down?
I turned it down. I say, I'm leaving Taiwan. I've been here 7 years.
Okay.
Just like when I was in England for 7 years, I felt like, I'm leaving England.
Oh, so you wanted to go?
I wanted to go somewhere. I thought, okay, maybe go to Argentina or something like that.
Okay.
So
you like to move then?
But now I haven't moved for the last how many?
George Lucas did the whole movie with digital camera. So you don't need like those huge cameras to do a movie. You can do it with the digital camera.
Right.
So it's not the camera or the equipment. It's you who has a vision of what the movie's gonna be like.
Right.
And then you do it.
Yes.
So if you want to do a movie, you can do it.
Yeah. But you need people.
Of course, you need a cast.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know how many people are in your book. I mean, how many person? I mean, how many?
I wouldn't do a movie on this because again, this documentary.
How many characters in there?
Yeah, because it's not really. This is not acting. There's no acting here.
Which one is acting? The immigration one?
No, the too much green card. Yes, a lot of drama and suspense.
That's gonna be a movie.
And it's true. It's a lot of it. There's too much tension.
This is a good time to do it. Yeah. This is a good time.
Thank you. Yeah. Too much. Yeah, because every day you hear people talk about green card.
Immigration.
Yes,
this is
exactly.
a hot topic.
Right, I know.
If you do a movie, you'll be like Academy Award.
Yeah, I have to. I thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, I think I have to really spend time doing it.
Yeah, you gotta do it when the topic is hot.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. So long as this guy's in power. He's gonna be hot next year, 2020.
Do it next week before he gets impeached. He's being impeached now, but I don't know if they're gonna succeed.
I don't know. Yeah.
So you moved on from writing biographies and fiction to business.
Yes.
So you came to America and you found out, hey, I can be rich in America. And you wrote a book, It's Impossible to Be Poor in America.
Yes.
Okay, tell us how it's impossible, why it's impossible.
Yeah, this is a controversial book. Okay,
Oh.
so when I came to America, again, living in Taiwan, I always wanted to continue my writing career.
Yeah.
But I found out, man, it was a struggle. What book do I write? Okay, so it took me a while. So I came here in 2001. I wrote this in 2012. That's 11 years of not writing anything. Whereas
Yeah.
in Taiwan, every year I was writing something, publishing something.
And all of a
right?
sudden you got inspired to do that one?
Well, I just kind of felt like, okay, so I thought, okay, I was going to write a book strictly about real estate. You know, how to make money in real estate, something like that. Then I felt like there are too many books about that. Okay?
Oh, another guy said the same thing. Dan Pena.
Okay?
He said, if you're in America, you can get all the loans you want, and
Right.
there is no reason for anyone here
Right.
to be poor.
Yeah,
It's only
okay.
ignorance that keep you poor.
Right.
So that's what it's about?
Yeah, exactly. So my book is divided into three sections.
Yeah.
The first section talks about, okay, why I make such an outrageous claim that it's impossible to be poor in America
Yeah.
when we have 23 million people considered poor in America.
Yeah.
When we see poverty in San Francisco,
Yeah.
a very beautiful city,
Yeah.
but you see, you just step out, you see poor people.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, in
Because
Oakland,
it's ignorance.
people sleep under the bridges and stuff like that.
Because
Why
they
do you
don't
have to
know.
make
They
that?
don't know.
That
It's
statement,
knowledge,
right?
education.
Right, exactly. So I talk about, well, this is also the country or where you have Facebook, a guy who's in his early 30s, you know, he's building a whole village, right? This is the same where you have Salesforce, where you have YouTube, where you have Twitter, where you have Uber,
All
where you
these
have
guys.
Airbnb, you know, all and this, and we have
All in
Google,
it,
and
yeah.
all, and where you have Apple, where you have Intel. Yeah, come on, man. And then
No
it's
reason to be
impossible
poor.
to be poor in America. Say, do you have a camera? Do you have a cell phone? Right?
Then you
All
find
you gotta
the
do is just
connections.
yeah, cell phone. Today I read a little girl on CNN. She's 6 years old. You haven't seen it? Have you seen that?
No, I saw the 10-year-old who started a restaurant, and he's the CEO of a restaurant.
A 6-year-old South Korean girl.
Yeah.
She just bought an $8 million property.
Oh my God.
$8 million in Seoul.
Yeah.
$8 million.
In Seoul.
And she's 6 years old. How can you be 6 years old? And you know what? She makes her money from YouTube. She's a YouTuber.
Ah.
6 years old. She just bought a house for $8 million.
Also, with Instagram, we have the first teenage billionaire, the girl who sold the makeup,
Right.
Jenna.
So you have the infrastructure. You have the internet.
You can become rich.
Everybody in America has access to the internet.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You don't tell me you're poor, you're whatever. I don't care. You can go to the library.
But they don't know.
Yeah. So I just tell them. I mean, okay, people are living under the bridge, okay, and stuff like that. I think a lot of them,
Yeah.
they choose to be that way. This is controversial, okay, but I think a lot of them, okay, can you imagine if an American person leaves America today and they go to Asia, they go to Taiwan, okay, they'll start teaching English tomorrow. Nobody asks you.
They are in demand. They are
Nobody
in
will
demand.
ask you, what's your degree?
Really?
Nobody asks for your degree.
As long as you can teach it.
You're an American, and especially if you're tall,
Yeah.
you're a black guy, you're tall, you
Yeah.
think you're a basketball player.
Wow.
But you're white, okay, short,
They
black.
open- they open the doors for
Yeah,
you?
exactly. You start teaching them all, and they give you cash.
Oh my goodness.
In China, it's the same thing.
Wow.
Right? You go to the Philippines, they're just like, oh my goodness. I remember, I'm not even, at that time I wasn't even an American. I go to the Philippines, you have all these girls screaming.
They open the doors
They're
for
screaming,
you.
oh, they think you're a rap artist. You know, they're screaming. You know, it's like, oh, I can't believe, you know.
I noticed that.
It's
I
crazy.
noticed the Filipino people are so warm.
Yes,
so
right.
welcoming.
Yes, yeah.
And I say, well, I'm not special.
I know.
It's a
I know.
different kind of
Yes,
culture.
right. So that's one of the reasons it's impossible to point in America. You have all these foundations, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you have the foundations. Okay, okay. I mean, right here you have that Zuckerberg Hospital.
Right,
You know.
right.
So hey, you just have an idea, and somebody's gonna sponsor that idea, right? Foundations, non-profits, blah blah. You start. I mean, to start a company in America, it's not rocket science. You can start a company tomorrow. Whether you want it to be a sole proprietorship or you want it to be an LLC or whatever. You just have an idea, okay? You pitch your idea to someone, they're gonna work. You have good credit, it will build your
Get
credit.
loans. Get loans.
You get a loan right away. You start something, you go to Wells Fargo, say, I started. There's somebody at the bank
waiting for you.
waiting for you because that person's a business banker.
And they want a
The,
loan.
the
You
one,
wait.
exactly. You know what I mean? It's not like nobody's gonna, this is America, the land of opportunity.
Especially
right?
credit card. They want you to buy more.
Right. Exactly. So as you do better, they gotta give you more. If you now go online and say I'm looking for a loan, and if your credit is good, you're gonna have a lot of people
You have
calling
a
you.
lot of loans. Yes.
Yeah, calling you for loans. Just make
Wow.
sure they don't get the bad loans.
Yeah. So you're in the loan business too.
Yes, exactly.
So what's the name of the companies you deal with?
Well, I have different companies that I work with in terms of loan,
Yeah.
real estate loans.
Yeah.
Okay. I have Quicken. Quicken is one of the biggest ones.
It's
Right?
worldwide. Okay.
Yes, so I have Quicken. We have different banks that you
Is
never
that
hear
because
about.
their interest rate is very low?
No, it's just because they advertise quite a bit.
Oh,
There's some
that's
other
true.
companies like United Wholesale Mortgage. You don't hear about those ones because they don't advertise that well. Orion and different ones. Union Bank. We work with different lenders.
Oh, Union Bank is very open.
yes.
It's a
yes.
Japanese bank.
Yes. Right. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought it was American with the American name.
Yes.
But I called them and they say no, this is a Japanese bank.
Oh, okay. I
But
didn't know.
they are very open
Okay.
to loan anything you want.
Right.
Right. So yeah, and also Bank of the West is French.
Yes.
It's
Right.
not American.
Right. Exactly.
Is there a Cameroon bank?
No.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
You can open it.
Maybe Siakam.
Do you have enough capital to open a bank?
No, so the way you open a bank is basically you gotta have $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have 10 other people that have $1 million.
And
You don't use your own
you
money.
put the money together.
Yeah, but that's security, that's surety. Okay, you put the money together, but you borrow money to lend money. Your money sits there,
Ah,
right? That's how you open a bank.
okay.
Okay, $10 million. Okay, of 10 people.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's say you are the CEO and you decide the interest rate.
Right. Yeah, you decide interest rate, but the interest rate you're deciding based, you're getting money from the Fed, right? You're getting money from depositors as well.
So you're allowed to open a bank tomorrow if you want?
Yeah, so long as you meet the criteria.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they just passed community banks now.
Right.
Did
Yeah.
you hear about that?
No.
David Chu, the assemblyman,
Okay.
and Phil Ting, and many politicians, they say we need community bank where people borrow money from the community. We don't need to go with the big boys, So this is going to be a reality
Right.
next year.
Yeah, they used to have a lot of those community banks. What happened was that when the market crashed, right, people bought up those community banks.
I see.
Right. So I remember the way one of the reasons I sold a lot of bank-owned properties was because I had somebody connected me to a guy who was buying all these community banks
I see.
back then. Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I know that there's something else to the community bank. It's like banks owned by the people kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
credit unions. Right.
Yeah, they're
Similar.
gonna make a different model, but
Right.
it's gonna be a reality
Right.
soon.
Right.
But anyway, your book sold. It's possible to be.
Yeah, the book is on Amazon,
I
so
know.
it can
But
order the
it
book.
sold well?
Yes, it sold well.
Okay.
It didn't do quite as well as Black in Taiwan.
Okay.
But what it did for me was basically put me on different platforms. Like if you go to paullejoy.com.
It's on print on demand.
Right, exactly. But we also have hard copies. Okay, so if you go to paullejoy.com, you see that the book got me
The
different.
book is there.
Yeah, it got me to different levels and different platforms. Like I said, I got interviewed by Fox and all those, got
Big boys.
around the country.
So you get some publicity.
I got publicity, but I wouldn't say that it did quite as well as the one in Taiwan, because America is a big country.
Everybody writes a book.
Right, and it's you need to really here it's different. Here you have to hire people to do things. Okay, you need to really hire people, except for your show. I mean, it's like
I'll be your agent, kind of thing.
Yeah, but over there in Taiwan, it's like people are coming to me. People are coming to me. What can I do for you? What can I do for
I
you?
experienced that.
Right.
I experienced
Yes.
that.
Right.
So it's totally different. Like you change the you know.
Yeah, here you have to pay for everything,
Yeah.
right? Except for your show. But there I was like, I mean, no,
I
people are
know.
paying.
So people might ask you, why did you leave if it was so good for you?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, right? It was like one of those things, like
You just
a
felt like going.
young man and I time. I
Did
actually
you have a girl waiting for you here?
no, not at all.
No, it was
I
not
wasn't
about
actually
that. It
planning to
was
come
not
to.
about that.
No, it
Okay.
wasn't about planning to come to America. I wasn't really much in love with America. I'd been here before.
Okay.
First time I came in '88, and then I came 2006. I mean,
It's a
1996,
tough country.
just on vacation. I was just coming on vacation, right? But I always loved Canada.
Ah.
I love Canada, so I was leaving Taiwan to go to Canada, to move to Canada
Yeah,
permanently.
Canada, they want you to go there.
Yes.
There's only very little number of people for such a huge land.
Yeah, I arrived in Canada. They say, "Oh, you know what? I actually got my green card from
Yeah.
Singapore."
Yeah.
So I because they don't have an embassy in Taiwan. So I went to Singapore and they said, "Wow, you didn't need to go to a lawyer at all. Just come here and we'll give you a green card." You know. So I flew to Canada. At the immigration said, "Welcome to Canada. You know, how much money you got?" I said, "I got $60,000." Okay, great. So okay, can you bring your entire family? You know,
You
bring
say I don't have any.
no, I mean like my relatives, right?
Oh, your relatives.
My
Okay,
relatives.
okay.
Here is so different. You know, I'm trying to bring my nephew to work for me, and they denied. I mean, I got a house for him. I got a job for him. I got
And they say
everything,
no?
and they say no.
Oh.
I mean, it's terrible. They say, okay, you don't have a presence in
You have
Cameroon.
to apply.
You know, you don't have. They say I don't have a company in Cameroon. There's no reason for them to believe that he's going to go back to Cameroon. Yeah, okay, sure. You know, but I'm
They
not
make it so hard here.
so hard. I said, what is this crazy about? You know, it's a big land too. You only have 300 million people. It's huge. It's a huge country. What's this thing? And then if so, I'm bringing somebody here, somebody to work for me, right? When you tell me I have to hire somebody local, and somebody local might not do exactly what I want them to do.
You know what's funny is Canada said to America, you don't want those immigrants, we'll take them.
Yes.
It's just paying their trip there.
Yeah.
And that's what they should do. Rather than put them in cage, just send them to Canada.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually thinking, once I have time, I'm gonna go back to Canada, okay, and then just
And do that.
no, yeah, just basically set up,
Shop
buy a
there.
house,
Yeah.
buy a house, and just bring all of them there. You know,
you
they
can
can live
do
in
that.
Canada. It's the same lifestyle. It's
Oh,
even better.
yeah, it's the same, exactly. I
Maybe
was
even
there.
better, cheaper. You know,
It is.
right? Cheaper than here.
Yeah,
Right?
I was in Canada. It's exactly like here.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Is it television? You won't even know that you're in a different country.
yeah.
You won't even know. I mean,
Except
they'll-
it's more beautiful.
yes.
There's forest and lakes. It's,
Right.
it's like paradise on earth.
I mean, I landed in Vancouver and I just loved the place. It's just I didn't know anybody. So
Oh.
after a few
You
weeks
stayed
there,
how long?
I think I was there for a month. I didn't know anybody.
You just went there as a tourist.
No, because I landed there as an immigrant.
Oh,
Okay, but I didn't bring my stuff,
okay.
right? So that my stuff was actually out here in
And then
California.
you came to America.
Yeah, because I had a relative in Georgia.
I see.
It says all Canadians are moving to America. Why don't you come here?
I see.
You know, and then I
Yeah.
couldn't get the job that I wanted or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean, I was already in this position, and then there I didn't have any connections, right?
When you came to America, what kind of work did you look for?
I didn't look for work.
No.
I had a job already
Okay.
because I had a job. I worked for this company in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So when I was leaving, they said, okay,
You can do it over
you can-
there?
Yeah, work for us here.
Oh, you were
You know.
a writer.
I was a writer for them, so I came here as a program manager.
Mm.
Okay, they didn't put me in the right position here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it. I came as an expat. The Taiwan company was paying for everything for me.
Wow.
But after 6 months, I became a local person, and I didn't like that. Okay, because now I had to fend for myself.
Oh.
And the salary I negotiated in Taiwan, I thought that was good enough. Here is not, right?
And how the opportunity presented itself to become a real estate partner, a manager, CEO? That's a big leap up. I mean,
Well, no, I started a company, so it's my own company.
oh, it's your own.
Yes, it's my company. I
So
started a
it's
company.
not somebody who asked you to become
No,
part
no,
of
no.
this.
Not, right now, people are asking me to become part of their thing, right?
Okay.
And
What's
give me
the
a
name
VP,
of your company?
Pacific Realty Partners,
Oh.
right? So that I started the company in 2007
Okay.
when the recession, during the recession, but it was I said, when the going gets tough, the tough can get going.
Yeah.
So I decided to start something. You have to go against the grain.
Right.
Everybody, there was attrition in the industry. That's the time to get in.
Okay.
When everybody's selling, that's when to buy.
And
right?
that's what you did?
Yeah, that's what it is. When everybody's selling, that means that, guess what?
I'm buying.
Yes, it's going down. Right? It's demand and supply.
Right.
That's when you buy. You don't buy at a price. You buy low.
And how did you buy? You got loans?
Oh, yeah. I never go to the banks.
Oh, you got partners.
I got partners, and I get hard money, right? Yeah, but typically that's how you do it, right?
Okay, you buy when it's low and you sell it high.
Yes. So this book, the core of the book talks about 12 ways to make money in real estate in any market.
Okay.
Yes. And so, like I said, the book was divided into 3 parts, right? The first part is, why do I make such an outrageous statement that's impossible to report in America?
Yeah.
Okay, so I already gave you reasons. Then, okay, what area of expertise do I have? And talk about real estate. And I show people how, not 101 ways, but 12 ways to make money in real estate in any market. So that's the core of the book.
And that's what you do.
Yes, exactly. And then the third part of the book talks about...
this is 2012.
Yes. The third part talks about, if it's not real estate, what is it? Okay? If real estate is not your cup of tea and something else is, these are the 12 ingredients to be successful.
Oh.
Okay? One is vision. You got to have the vision.
You got to have an idea.
Right. You got to have the vision. Then you got to have the passion. If you have a vision, you don't season with passion, you're going nowhere. Okay? Then you have to have the discipline. Right? You have the vision, the passion, you got to have the discipline to carry out the passion and the vision.
That is correct.
And then you must have the environment, the right environment, right? You say, I got this. You can have the vision, passion, and you can have the discipline in Africa, but guess what? You don't have the right environment. That's not the right environment for you. So your vision, you're going to die with your vision and your passion. It's going nowhere. People think you're crazy. Yeah, because you don't have it. Here in America, you have that, okay? Then I talk about different things, all the, the remaining 12 things. Then I talk about humility, honesty, integrity. All those things are very important. Those are the 12 ingredients of success. So my books are always about
everything,
teaching you something.
Yeah, you learn not only about money, but what you have to be in order to succeed, right?
Right. Even going back to my first book, in Taiwan, Black in Taiwan, it's not just talking about people's experiences. By the end of it, I say, why do I say black in Taiwan? Black people are discriminated against around the world. Why? There's a reason. They should do some soul searching. Okay? What does Trump call Africa? I don't want to say that on television. But
no, you can. This is free speech TV.
Yeah, but he says shithole. That's what he says, right? Yeah, guess what? Yeah, there's a reason. I don't agree with him. I got very mad at him. Yeah. But guess what? Yeah, those countries in Africa, none of them is doing very well. Okay, maybe if you're doing very well, people applaud you. When you're succeeding, the whole world applauds you to succeed even more. Conspires to make you succeed even more. See, if Tiger Woods is a black guy, okay, Tiger Woods, even though he is not at his prime right now, wherever Tiger Woods plays, guess what? He is a draw. Everybody wants to go and watch Tiger, even though he's not at his best. But he's a black guy.
He's half Filipino, half black.
Yeah, but he's black. Okay?
Yeah, he's black.
Yeah.
His mom is Filipino.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that if Africa, if those African countries could just govern Africa the way it should be governed, that's what my book, Kena Hiroko, it talks about. That's my masterpiece, because in there you see my vision. You got hospitals, you got you got cities as advanced as America, maybe even better, because the culture is different. People about family, right? Could you build something that is advanced? The roads are good. You got infrastructures just like it is in the West. And then the culture is even better. And you have better weather. The weather's good.
Oh, yeah.
All year round.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Europe fought in Africa, right? The First World War started because of Africa. The scramble for Africa. Europe's not too far from there.
There's oil, too.
Right. They got everything. But they got bad governance.
Yeah, they have oil in the Sahara Desert.
Yes.
That could exploit it.
But guess what? They're always corrupt. And they're all looking for their own pockets. See, like a guy like Mobutu, okay? Mobutu of Zaire, okay? He died, with $2 billion in some French account.
Really?
Oh, Swiss account.
Oh yeah, yeah. They buy suits and all that.
Right, and then he doesn't. Couldn't even bury him in his own country
Oh wow.
because they wouldn't let him in.
Wow.
Then Kabila came along, and everybody's clapping for Kabila. Okay, good. You take out this guy. Then Kabila becomes a mess. His son takes over. The son is a mess. What's wrong with these people?
Wow.
Right? Biya in Cameroon, where I was born, in power since
Can
1982.
you be president in Cameroon?
I could be a president. I don't know. Okay.
Did you try?
No, I've never tried. But I think we need visionaries. You need people who are willing to lay down their lives for others. Okay.
That's
Somebody's got. It's not about my pocket. It's about the pocket of other people.
Like Mandela, yeah.
Like Mandela.
Yeah.
See, when Mandela died, everybody went to his funeral. All the dignitaries went to his funeral, even to his village. And he's a hero forever. He only one-term president. Transparency, honesty, humility, integrity. Not these buffoons. Right? Not
Yeah, he's a hero.
Not like Mugabe wants to be. He can't even walk. He still wants to be president. Nonsense. And the guy that takes over, he's still doing the same thing. Come on, what's this rubbish? So the thing is that I talk about black people. If people discriminate against you, it's basically because of you.
Okay, because of you.
Mostly.
Oh, because you're not honest or something.
No, it's because if you are developed enough.
Yeah.
If you see, like in Oakland.
Yeah.
Some parts of I was yesterday in Oakland, and it's was this like a restaurant.
Yeah.
And this restaurant is like the whatever the cashiers are behind us, bulletproof glass. I said, what is this? But
just for protection.
yeah, exactly. Why? Why is that so? I think
Everybody has a gun.
Yeah, exactly. And it's primarily is it because I'm controversial right now. Is it primarily because it's black city? You know what I'm saying? If you go to a white city, for example, probably you're not gonna have that.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm a black guy, okay? But so my book is about black in Taiwan. So it wasn't about racism in Taiwan. I think racism is basically typically, and I might be wrong, because after I wrote this book, I was no longer a black guy, whatever, okay? Because now they if the book projected me to the next level, that now these guys, the Asian guys, who maybe perhaps look down on me or whatever, being because of the color of my skin, now because of the book, I am now elevated to this level, above them. That means I could showcase myself. Hey, listen, man.
I wrote a book.
And then, I am. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if black countries, all those buffoonic presidents, if you could get rid of them, and they have people who are really running the show, for the betterment of those countries, you will not have people discriminate against blacks a lot. Because right now, what's happening? You have a lot of these black kids going to Europe and drowning. They're trying to pass through Libya, and they're going to beat up like...
Oh, yeah, 120 died.
Yes, they die all the time. They keep going. Why? Because there's no future. There's no future for them in Africa. What is wrong with those presidents? Oh. What's wrong with those people? You graduate from college, you still don't have a future. There are no jobs. Right? There are no jobs.
Why would you take a risk to die in the
sea?
But
see, if they had the same opportunities that they have in Europe, where they're going, they would stay. Why would you leave your family and go somewhere else?
Oh, yeah.
When you have good weather throughout the year, where you have your family there, if you can have a job there,
Because no opportunities.
Yes. Why are there no opportunities when you have all the minerals?
But also, like a city like Chicago, they have 100 shooting per year.
That's what I'm saying.
Per week?
Yeah.
And they are in America.
Primarily in the black neighborhoods.
I know, but they have opportunity in America. They can get out of there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Something's wrong with the black people.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's what the book is about.
Oh, that's what it's about.
Yes. There's something wrong with this race. And I think it's very controversial. It has to do with witchcraft and all that stuff. In Africa, okay, when you are successful, they practice witchcraft.
Oh.
Right? Someone will come and bewitch you with magic powers at night, and you become a zombie.
Really?
They can see you like that. You're walking around.
They do a lot of that.
Yes, voodoo stuff. Because you're successful, your neighbor sees you're successful, they don't want you successful, so
They
they
do
don't have
the,
guns
they
there.
would do they do
They
the
do voodoo on you, and you'll be dead. They can kill you.
yeah, without even touching
Yeah,
you.
without touching you. They use magic powers. Okay?
Better not
There's
do.
there's some kind of generational curse,
Oh,
right? And I don't know, it goes back to whatever,
I heard about that.
right?
Isn't that mean to hurt someone? Yeah, I don't know. Why would anybody do that?
But it goes back to sin, right? Sin way back when Adam and Eve were formed and all that kind of stuff. Something happened right there, okay? It's some okay. There's in manufacturing, they call it RCCA, root cause and corrective analysis. So you can say, what's the root cause of this problem, and what's the corrective analysis? How do you solve this problem? There is a problem because I'm a writer. I'm just a speaker, right? I was saying there's something wrong with the black race somehow. Somebody might shoot me tomorrow.
From the ancestors.
From way back. There's something wrong.
Way back.
Somebody has, because it can't tell me why in Oakland, okay, places where you have primarily black people, you're gonna have it's poor.
Oh,
Okay.
why?
Yeah, I wrote this book even before I visited America, before I even knew about the inner cities.
Oh, really?
Yes. Okay. This is 1997, before I came to America. Okay. Why is that in Chicago, where primarily black people, there's more shootings over there than anywhere else? People killing one. What's this? This is generational curse, right? You guys are cursed.
Yeah, I met someone this week. He told me there's 100 a week shoot.
Yeah. Why? Why is that?
That's a lot.
And how come that the mayor of Chicago cannot solve that problem? How come the president of the United States cannot solve that problem? There's something endemic.
Oh.
It's something ancestral. Okay? It is. Okay, slavery. You can look at slavery, for example.
Yeah.
It was not like people that blame the white people a lot, okay? And it was actually, I think it was perpetrated by black people.
They wanted.
They
to
were
come
selling
here?
each other.
Oh, okay.
Of course, they're selling each other.
Oh.
You don't like somebody you sell, so you sell your brother for pennies.
Oh my God.
That's what happened. They sold your brothers for pennies.
Oh,
You know?
ethics. You gotta learn ethics.
Right, and you have some people, some scholars who blame white people for Africa's problem. Why? Come on, man. Even when I was in England, 30 years ago, I never did. I never supported that idea. Okay, because the thing is that you guys have been independent for how long? For all these years, people always talk about okay. Oh, I have some Cameroonian friends who always blame France. Oh, always blame France for their really. Okay, right now there's a war in Cameroon. Okay, between the Anglophones and the Francophones, right? There's a war between. Actually, it's not between the Anglophones and the Francophones. The Anglophones want to separate.
Ah.
Okay, they don't want to have anything to do with the government because it's centralized, it's corrupt, and all that kind of stuff. They want to break away.
They can
So
go back to Europe.
The Anglophones? No.
Anybody who wants, no, they cannot leave.
No, I'm talking about the Anglophones. Us, me, right? The people that speak
people
English.
like you.
Yeah, people.
Okay,
So
okay.
there's a war between them and the government.
Okay.
So they want to break away. There are 10 regions in Cameroon. So 2 English-speaking regions.
Oh.
And those 2 English-speaking regions, they feel like they don't want to belong to the French-speaking part of the country. Okay, and guess what? Because it's not run right. These people are so corrupt. Okay, so they feel like they should be separate, just like it is in Sudan. You have North Sudan, South Sudan. But guess what? South Sudan breaks away from North Sudan. South Sudan is even worse. There's something
And there's
wrong.
always fighting.
There's something wrong, right?
Okay. Well, you can solve it.
I don't know.
So all these other books are magazines?
Well, this book is basically, see, I'm in real estate. It tells you my secret wealth of information for any seller.
Oh, okay.
Any seller. That means basically you want to sell your home, right? I give you the secret wealth of information. And the books are free. This is not for sale. This is for sale, that's for sale. But this one, somebody wants to sell their home.
Copy.
This one is like my broker stuff, broker book. So I give you this book and I say, okay, here's what you need to do. I point out the areas that you need to really prepare your home to sell for fast for top dollar, right? So this book points out that stuff. And this one is basically talking about like
Sold.
yeah, sold. How to sell homes others couldn't sell.
Ah.
Especially right now in this market. Okay, the market is soft. Okay, so what happens is that you have properties that are lingering on the market, and then they expire. So this book about expired listings.
Okay.
So if somebody's listing is expired, I give them this book. Okay,
And
say
they can sell it.
I say this is what you need to do to sell your house.
They can sell
Okay.
it nationwide. They don't have to sell it local.
Yes, they can sell internationally, right? But I tell them the ingredients of making the house sell.
Oh, okay.
You know,
And
and
this is all about real estate then.
yeah, recent books about real estate. You know, and this one's basically how to sell a vacant home. There are many vacant homes in America. You know, a lot.
Well, people invest in them and then they cannot sell it. That's the problem.
You know, some people just they have so much money too, right?
They buy
They buy everywhere and stuff
and
like
it's
that.
empty.
You know, exactly. You see, especially rich people, what do? They have so many houses, you know.
They cannot live
and
in all of them.
They can't live in all of them. You know.
They can do Airbnb, right?
Yeah, but rich people won't want to do that, right?
They don't have time.
They don't have time, and they don't need somebody else living in their house.
Oh,
right?
They rather come home and it's home again.
Right. They have this humongous mansion they pay $12 million for, and then they don't live there.
They just go there only once in a while.
Yeah. So they can find a maid to live there they keep their house for them. You know, that's common. That's pretty common.
Oh, they get someone to live there.
Yes, right.
That's
exactly.
good. It's usually the maid who takes advantage of it.
Yes.
I mean, she's a live-in maid, and
yes.
she got it all.
Yeah, she got her, you know, maybe
a nice home.
a nice home, swimming pool, and you get them paid.
All she has to do is clean here and there.
Exactly. A beautiful life. And you don't have to stress. You're not the one paying the mortgage. If there's a mortgage, you're not the one paying the taxes.
Yeah.
You know, you just live there. My goodness, how beautiful.
That's to be a lucky maid, right?
Yeah. And if they don't stop you from having your boyfriend or your husband, then that's even better.
Oh, if they allow you to bring your maid?
Yeah. Then that's even better. You have your life.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I admire you for being so successful. Maybe you have the drive to be successful. As an immigrant myself, I don't have any of that drive. I mean,
oh, really?
I like to do something creative, meet new people. But at the end of the day, I don't have time to think about real estate or making money here and there. You know, it takes a certain drive to do that. So I'm happy that you have the drive and that you were able to make it in America. Now that you made it in America, do you like America?
No, I mean, I don't dislike America. I think basically it's a beautiful place.
You got to adjust.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I mean, like you're driving on Highway 1, you know, very scenic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you know, like the other day I went to Orinda, over there is, Orinda.
It's
you know.
nice.
By accident, I went Orinda and it's so beautiful. I mean, reservoir. I like to be like nobody there. Blah blah. It's so
You like
beautiful.
that?
You go to South Toledo, it's beautiful. I mean, you know, San Francisco is beautiful. I go to Salesforce Tower and you look down, take some nice pictures.
The view.
It's picturesque. You can actually have the best views from
61st floor.
You know, actually from Oakland.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah, the best views of San Francisco from Oakland.
But the top floors of the tower, 61, 62, they are for people to go in, you know?
Yeah, I've been there. But I'm saying if you want to really have a picturesque view of Oakland,
You go to Oakland?
and including the Salesforce Tower, you go to Oakland. Because from Oakland Hills, some parts of Oakland Hills, oh my goodness, you see water and everything.
Unfortunately, the architect of Salesforce Tower passed away last week.
Oh, he did?
At 92.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but his son is taking over his architecture firm.
Wow.
But he did the largest buildings in the world. It was announced on the Salesforce Facebook. You can go look at it.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, that's besides. But that's real estate too.
Right. You know, I know. So like that's why I right now I tend to come to San Francisco maybe at least once a week. Before I wasn't. You know, I was past a whole year without coming to San Francisco.
But the Salesforce Tower, many investors. I mean, this is a multiple company tower. It's just the name Salesforce.
Right. Okay, so you have several companies in there?
Oh yeah, they rent.
Okay, I see.
They lease.
Because they can't have Salesforce alone having that stuff. Do they own the building?
No, I mean there is multiple Salesforce in San Francisco. If you walk on Mission Street and toward the bay. There's many Salesforce buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's beside the point. But anyway, I want to congratulate you for being successful in America and having the inspiration to write all these books.
Right.
I'm sure we'll hear more about you in the movies, right?
I know. Thank you for that encouragement. Yeah, I've been wanting to write that, finish that book. Too much green card, I
Yeah.
think, because so much drama, and it's true.
Yes,
There's
yeah.
so much involved in so many characters.
I can give you
Right.
some ideas about that. So thank you so much. We way past our time,
Yes.
so I want to say
We
goodbye.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, we did. It's an hour and almost 10 minutes. So thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, thank you so much, Arlene. Thank you. I appreciate it.